Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to remove, inspect and replace the PCV valve on this 2010 Toyota Tundra. Grab the front of the engine cover, lift it up and then slide it off like this. The PCV valve hose is right there. Now the repair manual will tell you to remove the entire intake manifold to replace this valve, which makes absolutely no sense. I think it has to do with a piece of foam that they stick in here, because this foam, when you're pulling it out, it's kind of jammed underneath there, and it's really difficult to get it out in one piece. It usually tears apart, but man, this piece of foam is pretty useless. On many trucks it gets eaten by mice, or just with use and hot and cold cycles it gets really crumbly and just completely disintegrates. So if you pull it out and you rip it in pieces and whatever, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't serve much purpose there. If you want to salvage this foam, you can, work your way around it with a pick and some pliers and just gently finagle it out of there. But good chances are it may disintegrate while you're pulling it out. So I don't care about it, so I'll just rip it out of there. There we go. You will first need to remove the PCV hose. You can squeeze this little clamp and slide it back, but usually you can even get it off with a clamp still on there, and then just pull on it and get it off this nipple right there. Now pull the hose off the PCV valve. Be careful that the clip that's on the bottom doesn't fall down, because it will be potentially difficult to find it. You can see the clip right there. Again, usually you can pull it off without you undoing the clip, just like that. And remember which way it's oriented. Use a 22mm socket to unscrew the valve. And then just be careful that it doesn't fall down. So grab it from the bottom and pull it out together with the socket. To test it, you want to blow air in from this side, the side that was screwed into the engine. Now, you could do it just by putting your mouth on it, but it's really dirty and oily, so it's not a bad idea to install a piece of hose on it, just so you don't get yourself covered in oil, and then blow on it that way. And when you blow into it in this direction, the air should pass freely through the valve. All right, that's good. Now you can install a smaller hose on the other end of it. And when you blow into this hose, there should be very little air, if any, going through there. I can still get a fair amount of air through it, so I think that this one will need to be replaced. Now, I don't have a replacement here right now. I'm gonna have to order it, and I will put a link in a video description for where to get a replacement. But for now, I'll just reinstall it back. But yeah, this doesn't sound good. Oh, now it closed, see? Yeah, this one is suspect. I don't like it. I think it's dirty on the inside. So some people clean them, but they're pretty affordable to just replace. If you're reinstalling the used one, just clean off the O-ring, wipe it off. And then if you're installing a new one or a used one, use a little bit of clean engine oil on it. I'm gonna reinstall this one, like I said, but I'll order a replacement later. And now you can screw the valve back in. Now, if that O-ring was cut or damaged, you would need to replace the valve. I don't know, unless there is a O-ring available to order separately. Maybe it is, but if you're here already, just throw a new valve in there. And people ask me how often to replace them. The manufacturer doesn't have a maintenance interval on them, but I'd say you can check it about every 60,000 miles or so and give it a quick test. Screw it back in there. It's made of plastic, so don't crank down on it too much. And then tighten it to 44 inch-pounds. And now reinstall the hose. Make sure it slides on all the way. And that's it. Here's where you could go about jamming that piece of foam back in and getting it in place. Mine's kind of ripped apart and old and crusty, but if you really wanted to, you could, you know, work its way down there and try to reposition it, or whatever pieces of it were left. And there it is. Grab your engine cover, line up the hooks with these pegs on the back, and then the little grommets with these pegs right here. And then push down on it until it stops. And there you go. PCV valve replacement and inspection is completed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more Toyota Tundra maintenance and repair videos. See you next time. Cheers.